My name is Aidan Kearney, also known as Turtleboy.
He is a senior editor for Turtleboy Daily News.
I'm a big fan.
We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it Turtleboy that is covering such important issues? Where is the rest of the media?
You did not say that you were going to take my baby out of her vent and make him a transgender baby.
Stop it.
Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do.
I do. I
know. People don't like the things that I say and want me to stop saying them, but I won't. I'm never going to stop. These are the kind of stories that must be told.
Yo, what's up, Turtle Riders? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good, excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your fearless host. They call me Uncle Turtleboy around these parts, though you can call me Aidan or Clarence, or I really prefer Doctor these days. It's my new pronoun. You can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Turtleboy. That's DOCTOR Turtleboy, because if Jill Biden's a doctor, then I'm definitely a doctor. I'm about to pass, I think, 39,000, so that's one closer to 40,000. So let's hook that up. Keep following on there. And I went and did it today. I never thought I'd do this. I started a TikTok. I mean, I had to make an account just because I was gonna. I got invited on some stream a while ago, and you need like 1,000 followers in order to do it. So I just went and made one. I did my first TikTok today. I'm not doing the music or the dancing or any of that stuff. I'm just using it to post short little video clips because I understand that a lot of people are on there. So I think I'm at Dr. Turtleboy on TikTok, something like that. Here's the actual link. If you guys want to follow that, boom. Okay. Even though I'm against TikTok, I hate TikTok. I'm just doing it because fuck it. I don't know. I'm not doing the dancing. You can forget about the dancing. That will not be happening. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm on Instagram. You can follow us at Turtleboy_daily_news on Facebook. My personal account is Clarence Woods Emerson. I think that's getting close to 35,000 followers. And then there's the Turtleboy page, which is about 25,000. I can't even keep track of all our socials anymore. We constantly lose them. We constantly rebuild. But man, it's growing fast lately, so it's pretty cool. Most importantly, if you're here right now, if it's your first time, smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Help us get I think, what's the next one? 36,000? Is that what we're going for next? 36K? Help us get to whatever the next thing is we're trying to reach by hitting that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because you never know when we're going to do an impromptu live like I did today over in Canton. So you're going to want to make sure you hit that notification bell so you're made aware of it. Also, shout out to the Rumble people. I see 104 people on Rumble right now. If you guys are not familiar, we get a lot of stuff taken down on YouTube. It's a little bit censorious, and like we've probably lost, like, this is episode 594. We've probably lost, I would guess, at least 50 episodes. They're just gone forever, and you can't get them back. And that's really unfortunate, because there's been a lot of good content over the years that you'd like to go back and look at, and someone just gets butthurt about it and they just hit that report button, and there's really not much you can do about it. And why should we continue only using this platform? No, a free speech alternative exists. It's called Rumble. Go and create an account. I think I just put a link for it in the chat. So go ahead and just make an account if you haven't done so already. How many subs we got over there? We got 2.22 thousand subs. So there we go. So we're gaining over there. I understand it's like a new thing, so people will have to get used to it, but it's really similar to the YouTube streaming as far as I can see. I don't know if it's as good, but whatever it is, they'll work out the kinks. It's like YouTube was 15 years ago. They'll figure it all out. And the key thing is they don't take down content just because somebody gets mad about it. So yeah, you can go ahead and you can do that. If you don't mind, I'll read the comments back and forth. I see we got Hask over there saying crusty panties, Beaumont, Texas. Sup, Rumble peeps. Here we go. Nice looking whip, Doctor. Yeah, I got the new whip today. I got the new whip, the Lexus. I was feeling sporty in Canton today. So, okay, so we're going to talk about my trip to Canton in one moment. But just a reminder, guys, if you guys like the content here and you want to support what we do at Turtleboy Daily News, how you can do it, like, we try to avoid advertisers at all costs. because when my philosophy with advertisers is that when you have advertisers, right, they become the customer, like they're paying your bills. And I don't think that's a good business model because then you become beholden to the advertisers. And just a lot of corporations are like that. I don't like that. So that's why we have things like Turtle Club. So, you become the customer that way. Or what a lot of people, Turtle Club is $15 a month. You get access to the Thursday night stream that no one else gets. You get free t-shirt of your choice, like the Jen McCabe Google search, How Long to Die in Cold. You get no ads. That's the best part. I know those ads can be a little bit annoying, even if you're looking for Asian women in your neighborhood. It could be a little bit much. So you can get ad free for just $15 a month. Just sign up right on there's prompts all over for it. There's a thing at the top of the website, tvdailynews.com. And go to the store, get yourself a Turtle Club membership. You'll thank me later. The Thursday night stream is growing quickly. Or another way you can help is just donate. If you want to donate to something called Turtle Chat. Now you can't do super chat. YouTube, that's another reason YouTube sucks. They took away our super chat like 2 years ago because we had the wrong opinions about a certain president's vaccine mandate. Wasn't a fan of that. And I got in big trouble for that. So they said, your ideas are so dangerous that we won't even allow other people to give you money. Like, you understand, they're adults and you're adults and they want to give you money, but we are saying, no, you can't do that because we're the adults now. Like, that's how they treat us. And it's like, okay, that's fine because they took 30 or 40% anyway. So we just built our own. It's called Turtle Chat. If you click at the link at the top, you could donate whatever amount of money you want, and you get to write a little message. I will get that message in my email, and I will read it out loud to the class. Or you can just do Cash App. If you're a Cash App guy, I'm banned from PayPal. I'm banned from Venmo. I can't use either of those. So I use Cash App. And it's actually a freaking blessing because I love Cash App. I pay people with it. Like, Cash App is, I thought it was going to be ghetto. It's like, okay, so that's like the hood rat like version of PayPal. It's like, no, it's actually better. I love Cash App. So if you want to Cash App me, my Cash App is $ Uncle Turtleboy. You can get at me that way if you'd like. So we do have one donor already, Samelina. I think this is from, she sends this. She goes, hi, Aidan. I am just here to be here and catch the new footage. Samelina says, thank you for the laughs. What you've done is really ballsy, but appreciated. When do you think you will be on Rumble for good? That's a good question. I don't know if I'll be there for good ever, but we will start doing stuff like starting on Saturday. We're going to do the Q&A portions of the show exclusively on Rumble. Like we're going to try to get as many people over there as possible. So, all right. So thank you. If anyone else wants to donate, that's how you do it. I appreciate that, Samelina. All right, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? So today, I feel like I've been letting up on these people a little bit. Obviously, Canton is not the only story that I do. I'm really interested in the story out of South Boston. I'm going to be getting back to that tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm just one guy running this website. So, but luckily I do have a lot of help. I don't do all the YouTube stuff. I have a very good helper like that who likes to kind of help behind the scenes. She does a fantastic job. And now I got Richie, my camera guy, who also is growing on me a lot. He came with me. He's down for whatever. So he came with me to Canton today, and we decided to go. These people are just getting too comfortable. When I saw the pictures of the McCabes over the weekend, going to soccer tournaments and, coaching and going to, it's like, I'm like, okay. Looks like we got to shock them again. It's just like, looks like they want more juice. I guess they needed more. They're getting way too comfortable. Now, I won't announce a trip to Canton like this because it's going to give them too much time. And it worked out perfectly in that regard because they didn't see this coming, man. This is like D-Day. Like a lot of people, D-Day, Germans weren't expecting them at Normandy. They were expecting them at Pas de Calais to the north because it was the closest point in France to England. And the Normandy beaches were not sufficiently maintained by the Nazis. And that's how we took them that day. And it's like the same like this. I can't tell you I'm coming because then they'll be prepared. They were totally unprepared and we got just what we wanted. So let me go through my day in Canton. If you haven't read the blog already, we do have some new footage that we're going to show you about what happened. So the first place I went to was I met Richie at the district attorney's office, Michael Morrissey's office. And why did I go there? Well, ultimately, he is the, we all like to laugh at Jen McCabe. She's kind of what sells around here. Like, she's so funny with the teeth, and it's just like, and the fearing, and she's entertaining. Matt's entertaining. Like, the McCabes are the entertaining portion of this, and then the Alberts are like the kind of scary portion of this. But the biggest villains in this whole story really should be Michael Proctor and the district attorney's office. They are the biggest villains in this story, and we don't ever hear about them. Well, we hear about Proctor a lot, but we never hear about Michael Morrissey. We hear about Adam Lally, but Adam Lally, like when I confronted him outside the courthouse, I said, "Are you just some useless government stooge, or are you in on the cover up?" Because genuine question, like, are you just doing your job, Mr. Lally, or do you like your job? Is it like to go after innocent people, because they all know she's innocent. They all know Karen Reed did not kill John O'Keefe. Literally everyone knows that, except for dumbass Carl Dougal, the dumb Boston detective who likes to shout at women on staircases of the courthouse with his stupid wife. And everybody else knows that Karen Reed could not have possibly done this. We don't even need to go over all the reasons why. We've been through it over a million times before. And Michael Morrissey knows it too. But Michael Morrissey is just, when you look at this guy, he just looks like a fat Irish drunkard, like a throwback to like 80s Boston politics. And you're like, I thought wokeness stopped electing old fat white guys like you. Like, I thought we didn't do that anymore, but I guess we do. I thought that, like Michael Capuano was replaced by Ayanna Pressley, and that's woke. And that guy Joe Crowley was replaced by AOC, and that's woke. But like in Massachusetts or some parts, it seems like the old fat white Democrats are still like popular. And so anyway, he's a good old boy, and he's friends with he appears to be friends with the Alberts, because they were all together at Kenny Berkowitz's. And by the way, remind me, Kenny Berkowitz, I just missed him today. We'll talk about that when we get to McCarthy's. Remind me about Kenny Berkowitz. But Morrissey was at the Kenny Berkowitz circle jerk, whatever you want to call that, retirement party with Brian Albert and Brian Higgins. So they all know each other. And ultimately, Morrissey has been on record before, saying, like, for instance, he dropped a case against a barista in Medfield at a Starbucks or a Dunkin's, I forget which one, because she spit in a police officer's cup from Medfield, and they got it on video, but they're saying that they can't tell if she's spitting it. She could have been smelling. And they go, well, if we don't have undeniable proof beyond a reasonable doubt, we can't push forward. Like, that's the policy of the Norfolk County DA's office. A good policy. If you can't get a conviction, then, if you don't feel solid enough in your case, don't do it. I get it. But with this, they're going to get laughed out of court. They're going to get laughed out of court. Now, remember, we've seen the videos, and I've shown you guys the videos of Heather Unruh, if you haven't seen this. Heather Unruh was the mother of one of the Kevin Spacey accusers in Nantucket, and Alan Jackson, Karen Reed's attorney, represented Kevin Spacey. And at an evidentiary hearing, like, so these evidentiary hearings are important because they need to happen before a trial to make sure that the trial doesn't turn into a clown show. Or we need to see who are the witnesses and are they legitimate? Like, is this going to be a joke? And they got Heather Unruh up there and her stupid husband, and they crumbled under basic questioning from Alan Jackson. They couldn't handle it. And like the dad was almost held in contempt of court. Like, it was great. And after that, the DA's office said, nope, we're not doing this. And they dropped all charges against Kevin Spacey. They didn't have an evidentiary hearing of this because reasons, I guess. They just decided that they didn't need for the defense to be able to present their forensic expert who determined that Jen McCabe Googled how long to die in cold, because the prosecution disputes that she ever did that. But like, okay, so you dispute it. We say it's legitimate. maybe we should talk to the expert. If you have any questions, you can cross-examine him. And Lally's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm too busy putting hair gel in my hair, and my mommy's picking out my outfits today. And I'm a very serious person. My mommy said I could be an ADA when I grow up, and I really like my job. And you know, the defense, they're all flashy and stuff like that. But Auntie Bev, you will take good care of me, Auntie Bev, because I'm a good boy, and I've pleaded many cases in front of you for 20 years, and I'm only an ADA because everybody knows that I can't get a real job in the private sector because no one would ever trust me with their life because, I mean, just look at me. I wear freaking LA Lux hair gel, for crying out loud. So Lunchbox would have crumbled. Now, like, if this gets to a trial, man, I've been thinking about this. It's like, do you understand what a clown show? Like, they're not going to be able to hide these people. Jennifer McCabe is going to have to get on the stand. You heard her when she went to court against me. She like, listen to that audio, and she like whispers. She whispers a couple times. Like, maybe if I whisper, this won't get caught on the official court record. Maybe. Like, dude, if she can't handle Stoughton District Court trying to get an HBO against me, how is she going to handle Norfolk Superior Court getting grilled by Alan Jackson, Liza Little, David Yannetti, going down the line, just picking her apart? Like, it's going to be freaking bad, man. What, like Brian Albert, you're not going to be able to lie your way out. Like, he's been in hiding. You can't hide when you have to get on the stand. You saw Chris Albert today. What is he going to do? What is Colin Albert going to do on the stand? Oh, dear God. These people are going, this is going to be a joke. They don't want this. And I went to Dedham Superior Court today too. So that's how I ended my day today. I went to Dedham Superior Court because I'm like, maybe Morrissey's there, because this is like the closing week of the Michael Cheston murder trial. The douchebag who killed him is pleading mental illness, and who killed Vera Adams, pleading mental illness, saying wants to go to Bridgewater Hospital to basically live out his sentence, which is much better than freaking Shirley Max, obviously. And so I go there, and the jury is all from Worcester. They couldn't even get a Weymouth jury. They had to go to Worcester. And when you look at the jury, I get in there, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most Worcester jury I've ever seen. I wish I could take a picture, but you can't do that, obviously. When you look at these people, you're like one had purple hair, another one, like this big fat guy with a sweatshirt on. It's 80 degrees outside. It's like they bust them in every day. You're like, to find somebody to be on this jury, you have to find somebody who has nothing to do for a month. Like, that's part of it. You can't have anything to do. And you're like, man, that's the only thing that worries them. I mean, I guess no jury, doesn't matter who's on the jury, they're not going to convict Karen Reed. It's going to be a freaking nightmare. But again, even having a trial would be a loss for John O'Keefe, because it would mean no justice was ever had, because she's going to be acquitted, obviously, and that will give them an excuse not to go after anyone else. Well, we tried. It was her, and what are you going to do? She got away with it. Anyway, so I decided I'm going to go after Michael Morrissey first, because he really needs to be questioned. So I go to his office there, and they said, because his office is in Canton, of all places, and I get there, and the secretary, who is a very nice person, I just want to throw that out there. So I didn't post her video because she's a really nice lady. And she's like, oh yeah, he's usually here every day. And she's like, but he's not here today. And she tries calling him and doing things. He's not answering. Okay. And then I'm like, what about Lally and David Traub? Are they here? I can try. And you can't go in, like, you got to talk at the screen. You can't go in the door. So I couldn't just march around in there. But basically, so I'm like standing outside of this office here, and I'm like, so they're going and looking for them. And I had a feeling that they were both there, but they're just, tell them I'm not here. Tell them I'm not here. Tell them I'm not here. When I went to Dedham Superior Court later, I looked to the left. It's David Traub. I sit next to him on purpose. He gets up and he walks out. That David Traub is the spokesperson whose text messages I got a hold of and revealed last week in a blog. So there's that. Okay. So I get there, and this was kind of, I'm like, that's a dud. No one's there. Okay. On to the next thing. Where are we going next, Richie? So then we go and we head on down to the home of Michael Proctor and Elizabeth Proctor at 6 Wentworth Road. I hate Michael Proctor more than anyone in this case. I fucking hate him. I hate him because he's arrogant and he thinks he's like hot shit, even though he like, because he's like a trooper. There's just something about him. He thinks he's hot shit because he's like detective trooper. He's not like a regular trooper. He's the murder police detective trooper. And, you know, like, I feel like this is all just this whole cover up. People are like, why would Michael Proctor plan evidence? Why would Michael Proctor do things to sabotage his own career? Like, why would he cover for Brian Albert? It's like, because you understand how fucking cool this makes Michael Proctor feel? Like, oh yeah, big dick Michael Proctor. People need me for shit now. I do CrossFit. And then no, Brian Albert, this guy kind of looked up to as a kid, and everybody in town knows he's like the toughest guy in town. Oh, he needs me for something. This is my in. Now they're coming to me for something. Oh, I'm going to deliver, you know, I'm the guy you call. Like, this probably makes Proctor feel so fucking good about himself. And his stupid wife there, Elizabeth Proctor, who likes to go around with the laughing emojis at people who are saying negative things about them, and who likes to literally call people's workplaces. She's done this to multiple people. Michael Proctor's wife calls your workplace if you use your real name and say something negative about her husband and tries to get you fired. She's done that to multiple people. So, and we know it's her because the phone number that came up on the call, whatever, I called it on the live show and she answered. I'm like, is this Elizabeth Proctor? She's like, yes. I'm like, oh, hello, it's Aidan Kearney for Turtleboy Daily News. Click. So I go to her house, right? And we go in there. I should have looked through the trash. I regret not looking through the trash because it's completely legal to do that. But first of all, I don't understand why you don't have a nicer house. Like, you're making sure the wife works. All these troopers are making like $200K. Like, why don't you have a nicer house? But anyway, they have 2 little kids, and I feel really bad because those kids are cute as hell. I don't know if you guys ever seen the Proctor children. They're adorable. They're like, they remind me of my son when they were their age, like 1 and 3, like not like the cutest freaking kids. And it's just tragic. You're looking at this and you're like, man, what a fucking idiot Michael Proctor is. Like, because you know, at the end of this, Michael Proctor has to go to jail. He has to go to jail for a long time. And that's tragic in and of itself. I mean, it's deserving for what he's done to not only Karen Reed, but the system as a whole. But it's also tragic at the same time because children deserve a father and they obviously look up to him. And it's just like, the second I had kids, everything I did in life, like I've said this before, and I'll say it again, everything I did in life after I started having kids, like I always think like, how could this hurt my kids? Like, how could this, what effect will this have on my children? Like, that's me, the first thing that I think of. And Michael Proctor just didn't think of it because he cared more about impressing Brian Albert than he ever did about those 2 little boys. It's really sad. It's really sad. And yeah, like this house looks like a piece of shit. You're like, why don't they have a nicer house? I don't know. But anyway, so I go there and this is what happens. No, it's got a ring camera. Okay, you home? Well, so ring. If you're not home, it goes off on your phone, so you can just answer. Yeah. Okay. So someone's home, and I'm like, "Where are the dogs?" Because I know they got 2 dogs. Hi, Elizabeth and Michael. I'm not sure if you guys are home right now. I'll try again one more time. Not sure if you guys are home right now, but there's 2 cars here. I don't hear the dogs barking. Oh, there it is. Spoke too soon. And then the kid appears. That one of the 3-year-old appears. The free range child. He appears in the window. All right. So it doesn't appear. See if they're here. Yeah, doesn't appear as if they're here. I don't know. Like there's 2 cars here, so. What's up? Oh, there's a kid. Oh, he's like the kid's there. That means mom's home. So it's like they are inside. Like someone's in that house. I'm guessing mom. Like, first of all, does anyone work? Do any of the characters in this whole thing work? And don't tell me 𝗵𝗃 works, because I went in there, sitting there reading the paper. You know, he's not getting much business. Hold on. Am I freezing up again? So, yeah, sorry about that. I hear the dogs are there, and he's like, the kids are the kids inside. And I'm like, okay, so picture this. She's sitting in her home hiding. Like, this is so pathetic. This is not, by the way, what innocent people do. Again, if I'm this bad guy and I'm representing a bad thing, then it's just so easy to come out and be like, here's the facts, jerk off. Actually, Karen Reed did kill him, and here's the evidence. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to just come out and shut me up. Like, if anybody showed up at my house like this, like, I would not fucking hide like this. There's no fucking, like, are you kidding? Like, I'm not going to hide. You're not coming to my house. And I like Michael Proctor. Like, what kind of man are you, Michael Proctor? Like, if you're Michael Proctor, it's like, I'm a man, you're a man, right? So I came to your house when your wife and your children are home. And I rang the doorbell multiple times, and your wife hid from me with your kids inside. What kind of man puts up with that? Like, if you did that to my kids, oh my God, son, we would have a huge problem. A huge problem. Why aren't you defending your woman? Like, why are you allowing this to happen? Because you can't, because there's nothing you can do, because you're afraid to face me. You don't want none of this smoke, Trooper Proctor, Detective Proctor. You think like a lot of people are scared of the police and troopers? No. The police are scared of me. Like, this motherfucker is scared of me. He is. Like, I'd be like, aren't you worried about the state police? No, the state police are worried about me. And they should be, because I'm up their fucking ass. And they know, like, bitch, I took down Colonel McCune in 2017. I got him to resign. Major Anderson, Lieutenant Colonel Hughes, they all resigned in disgrace because of my reporting. Lieutenant Colonel Ristine, they're gone. Turtleboy graveyard, all of them. You think I'm worried about Detective Proctor? Stop it. Like, how does Detective Proctor go around? Like, I could not believe he was investigating that murder in Braintree the other day. I'm like, how do you even show your face knowing what everybody's thinking of you? Like, everybody's reading this. Everybody knows this. I swear to God, if that had happened on any other day, that shooting, I would have been down there outside of that crime scene tape, acting like Joe DePina, just yelling shit as loud as I could at Michael Proctor. And that will be coming eventually. So, yeah, the dude basically hid. Anything else happen here? The dog barks. So I guess that's that, huh? All right. I guess she doesn't want the kid is right in there. Get the plates. Like ADD? ADD? Is that what he puts? ADD? Is that what that means? ADD? Yeah, the kid is right in the freaking window. So anyway, that's them. So next up, we went to the McCabe household at 12 Country Lane. There was 3 or 4 cars in the driveway, including their freaking fat Wagoneer. Are we frozen again? FOIA his body cam. They don't have. He doesn't wear a body cam. He doesn't wear a body cam. So, okay. So I go to the McCabe household, and they don't know I'm coming. And I'm like, I pull up there, and I'm like, oh shit, the door's open. She left the door open. Well, that's gonna make this a lot easier. She can't close the door on me because she's not gonna want to come near me. So I just go and we start filming. I think she does like the attention.
Everyone's got rings.
But at the same time, like, don't let the face, like the fake poker face,
Doors open.
fool you. Like, she does not, like, she hates this
Someone
deep
must
down.
be home.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, I,
Cars in the driveway.
someone's home. Summer,
Well, we like to
summer vacation's over. So,
sell you some candy bars for my Girl Scout troop.
where are you, Jen? Watch, she makes an appearance. Ready? Catch it.
No.
See if you see her. There it is. There she is. You see that? She appears. I saw it. Like, look at her. She came out to like see what I was doing, and she does like put some dishes in there and then just runs away, like in her own house. Why do they always do this when I come to their house? Like, everybody's a tough guy. Everybody runs their mouth, and then it's like, okay, well, let's have a talk. And it's again, like, I'm not, you can't even say you're fearing, because I come in peace. You'll never see me during any of these things being like, what the fuck, you want to fight me? Like, no, that's not what I'm about here to do. I just want to ask you some legitimate questions about a matter of public concern. And none, like Mike Fucci did the same thing. They hide, like, this is your house. Why do you have to hide in your house? You shouldn't have to hide in your house. You can just answer the door, tell me to fuck off, and I'll leave. Like, that's all I can do. But they know. They know.
Oh, there's Jen. Let's see if they come to the door. So I definitely saw Jen in there. I think they can hear us on the ring too. So Jen, I mean you no harm. I just have a couple questions. Looking for how long to die in cold. I wonder if you had an answer for that. But we'll see. I definitely saw her. I mean, Jen, I mean you no harm. So, all right, I guess she doesn't. Let me try one more time.
Yeah, not so tough without our lackeys.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, why
Okey-dokey.
not just clear this up? You know, if it's
I
all a
guess
big
she's,
misunderstanding.
Busy?
So yeah, that's that. All right. So that was kind of, we're like, okay, I'd like to have a conversation with someone before I leave the town of Canton. I mean, this is, you know, we got Jen on video. At least we saw one of these people like in the flesh. That's good. But I'd like to have a conversation with somebody. You know, I came all this way to talk. And, you know, like I start driving. I'm like, okay, 1473 Washington Street. This is the home.
All right, we're at Tim Albert's
with
house.
the goddamn, again, this is the home where, just a reminder, like, look at that. Look at that. Look in the background there, if you can't see it. So this home used to be owned by the McCabes. Now is owned by, then was owned by Brian Albert. And now is owned by Tim Albert. And the Albert parents live there. For some reason, they always live together, and they had a pool in the backyard, and it was a fine pool, it was a functional pool. They used it, and then all of a sudden, 1 week after David Yannetti mentioned the Albert family in court documents and suggested that they were responsible for killing John O'Keefe, they decided it was time to fill in their family pool with dirt, and it looked horrible. It was like ridiculous looking. It didn't match, and so now they've resodded it. They've resodded it, and they're putting in more grass there where it used to be.
Gonna ring on the doorbell, see what happens.
All the kids stuff out front, yeah. These people live right across the street from the Canton Police Department, too. So they don't answer, even though someone's home. So nothing happens there. And I'm like, gee whiz, is anything fun going to happen today? I can't leave Canton with no content. I mean, I guess this has been somewhat interesting, but I'd like to talk to someone about this. So we go to 34 Fairview Road, the scene of the crime. And again, it's last time I was there, it was during night. And so it was a little harder to see. But this time it's surreal being there. Just seeing the lawn. It's not that big. It looks big, but it's just so flat. It is a really flat lawn. And what we did, before we watch this, actually, let me read. I got a few donos I got to read here, some turtle chats. So give me one moment to read some turtle chats off, shall we? I don't want to be rude. All right, first one we got Raising Mayhem sends $20. Says, get yourself a chicken parm that is actually good. I know, I can only imagine how bad it is. And thank you very much. Trish sends $25 and she says, welcome to the Lexus cult. I love my Lexus. New car smell. Oh, the new car smells the best. Keep up the great work, Turtle Boy. Thanks for all you do. Oh man, I feel like a king when I'm like I love getting in the car now. I'm like, yo, these things are fucking dangerous. Like, you don't realize how fast you're going in these things. The engine on them, it's one of those V2 point something with a turbo. I don't know what any of that means, but I tried driving the NX 350, which had I drove one car with a V6, and those are good engines. And then you drive this one, you're like, oh, this is gonna get me in trouble. This engine, like, ooh. So yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Trish, thank you very much for the dono. Wonder Woman sends $100. Thank you very much. She says, I shall be at court with my lasso of truth. The McCabes and Alberts shall be forced to tell the truth. No spurs for the mayor. Okie dokie, Wonder Woman. Well, thank you very much. Suzanne sends $10. Says they want a not guilty verdict so the prosecution can state that the state did their best, but they were unable to do so and set the MOB on Karen Reed. You're absolutely right. That's been my hypothesis for quite some time now about this. Ryan sends $100. Thank you, Ryan. He goes, here's some gas money to keep going back to Canton or play a few hands of 1-2 or 2-5 at Foxwoods. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I love fucking Foxwoods. I saw a guy there today who he's in one of the videos. I was playing poker at Foxwoods. I don't play there that often. I wish I could go more often and play. I'm good at poker, believe it or not. I'm really good at poker. So I play 2-5 no limit. And I'm sitting there, and a state trooper, one came over and was like, he introduced himself. He's a big fan or whatever. State troopers like really like Turtleboy. That's the thing. Like, good. Most state troopers, I shit on the state police, but like most state troopers are actually just really good people who do their job like any other profession. It's the people like Proctor who they have to watch out for. The people who want to climb and seek power that you should really be skeptical of. So yeah, I met one trooper down there, and another guy came up to me. He lives in Canton, and I saw him today. I'm like walking through this other town. He's like, "You don't remember me? You don't remember me, do?" I'm like, "Yeah, we played poker together 6 months ago." So there's that. Okay. So I appreciate that, Ryan, for the dono. Very nice of you. Do we have any more? We also got a couple cash apps here. I want to read out loud. First one is from Christian Portanova, sends $15 and says, has Green testified before? What was the outcomes like? Yeah, he testified. I believe he was the forensic expert. Don't hold me to this, in the Kevin Spacey thing. And notice the district attorney's office didn't bother saying it was fake then because they would look stupid if they did that. So thank you. Lukang Butterballs sends $10, says, are you ever going to take that new car off any sweet jumps? No, I will not be doing that. John Silvera sends $100 and he goes, thank you, John, very much. He goes, you are relentless. We appreciate you so much. My man. So John is a turtle rider for a long time, and turns out he's a personal friend of Karen Reed. And that's one of the first things that drew me to Karen Reed was, the fact that she had such long-term friendships with people from like college and high school that she was still tight with to this day. It says a lot about a person's character when they're able to maintain friendships like that. So, and that people were so adamant about her innocence and that like, this is not who she is. Like, this is not just the character test between them. Like once you find out who these people are and they're not just names in a newspaper, and you're like, you look at Karen Reed, you're like, okay, so she's she's portrayed in the media as this drunken slag, right? Who was an angry girlfriend and went full Carrie Underwood on his ass. And poor Johnny's a cop. And okay, so all that. But as it turns out, Kara Reed actually, you know, she's dated men before. And notice none of them are coming forward and being like, that bitch is crazy. Like that would be the first. That was one of the first things that stood out to me, was that there weren't a line of ex-boyfriends waiting to tell their horror stories, which like that's the Me Too thing, right? That's everybody's like, oh, she did to you too. Like there's always a pattern. There's never just like, oh, this is the first time at age 41 she decided to go full crazy bitch for the first time. That makes no sense at all. So, and then I'm like, well, her dad's a college professor, and her mom, and the fact that her parents are at every single hearing for them. It's like, you know, she comes from a good family. And you know, I met her brother, who's a really nice guy. So I've met these people. Like she comes from good stock, and like she has no criminal record, no pattern of behavior like this that matches up to any of this. And then you look at the other people in the house and you see Colin Albert, and you see those videos talking about bang, bang. And then you see Brian Albert and his tough guy videos, and every picture, it's like demented, and he's beating up other cops at Christmas parties and shit. It's like, okay. And then you're like Jen McCabe. I mean, she's not one of them in that regard, but she's just like a busybody cunt. And you can tell she won't do the killing, but she'll do the cleaning up. No problem. And you look at Matt McCabe, just so happy. I mean, when you see Matt McCabe in person, hey, tough guy, with big cheeks. Looks like he got stung by a freaking swarm of bees every time I see him. And you're like, oh, I see what's going on here. I see they're the bad guy. Oh, I get it now. It just makes so much sense. So thank you, John. I appreciate that. Also, we got 100 from Brad Goldstein. Sends in $100. And it says, if justice fails in court, it may prevail in society. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. Because, you know, like that's what I say about this case. It's not just about Karen Reed. Karen Reed to me is like Katniss Everdeen. Like she is the Mockingjay. She's like the symbol, but she's fighting for all of us. Like she's fighting for, like I was telling Richie this today. I'm like, I had no idea. I understood there was some level of corruption in government. I never thought this could happen. Like, this is crazy. And it's just like, it's scary to think. I'm like, how often does this happen? The fact that it came so naturally to these people is the scariest part about it. That it was just like, oh, they just immediately went to cover up mode, immediately knew what to do. They don't seem that worried about it. So to me, she's like a symbol of fighting against this, because she could have taken a plea, you know, there's things she could have done to make life easier for herself, but she's not. She's a fighter. And so I admire that very much. I admire that very much about her. So there is that. Also, we got a $20 dono here that from Frank, and says, Aidan deserves a Pulitzer after all this is done. Well, thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. I doubt I'll be getting that Pulitzer, but it's the thought that counts. 7 Pounder donates 10 and says, I got a chicken parm from D&E and it looked like it was mauled by a German Shepherd. Too soon. Okay, so back to this road trip here. So I decide I'm going to go to 34 Fairview, but you know where I want to go? I want to go and I want to talk to the neighbors, especially 31 and 33 Fairview, because they are diagonally across the street from 34 Fairview Road. Now, 31 Fairview is owned by Tom Kelleher. He is the deputy chief of police in Canton, and he's got a ring camera, and so does 33. They both got ring cameras. So, but according to Tom Kelleher, according to Tom Kelleher, he basically told police that his ring camera didn't pick up anything. And I find that impossible to believe. Now, he never handed it over to Proctor. He just told them that it didn't get anything, and they took his word for it because he's a cop. And also, they didn't want to see it. They know what's on there. But what I wanted to see was the angle, to see is he telling the truth? Because there a way that this didn't pick up anything. And all right, we're on Fairview Road. I'm gonna go over here to 31 Fairview. So someone's home. Look at that angle. So look at how close that is. Look at that angle right there from 31 Fairview. It's got a ring right there. And again, look at that angle right there. How could it not pick it up? That's where the body was dropped. It's the perfect angle. Look at that. Wide lenses too. I mean, look at that right there. That wouldn't pick it up. Look at that thing. Look at that. It's shining. It's like from a height. Like, dude, look at it. Like, that's what it would see. Again, this is what it would see. This right here, like closer to the fire hydrant than the flagpole, right where the mulch is. That's where John O'Keefe's body was found, man. Right there. And again, this whole thing about like Karen Reed's the only one that saw the body. There's no way these other idiots didn't see the body. They saw it. They just pretended not to because they wanted to be like, oh, she saw it because she must have put it there. Okay. And like, this is the angle that Tom Kelleher's ring camera would have had. So not only, so hypothetically, let's say Karen Reed did do it, right? And did a 3-point turn. So ring cameras are very good at picking up sound. If there was a car crash outside of your house, the ring camera will pick that shit up. So if she crashed into him and especially in the snow, and there would be fucking noise on that ring camera, and he would have everything. It would be case closed. This would be the most important thing that the state has to show. But if she didn't do it, which we know she didn't do, well then, not only would it show her leaving the scene without a broken taillight, it would also show exactly what time that body was placed in the lawn. My estimation of when that body was placed on there is around 3:45 a.m. That is when I believe the body was placed out there. Because John was still technically alive. For the answer of how long to die in cold, and that kind of cold, is about 2 hours. Like, you're going to be dead in his condition if you just lie like that, like 2 hours tops. And so he was like almost viable when they got to him. He could have possibly, if they had just not dumped him in the cold, like, he probably would have been a vegetable, but he might have lived. But they were like, nope, we're going to put him out there in case he wakes up. And this camera would have all of that. It would have exactly who put it out there, exactly what time. Now, I know who put it out there. I'm not saying anything yet. I know shit you guys don't know. I know exactly who put that body out there. And we'll see. We'll see, because I know shit. So, and shit's going to come out in the near future. Like, let's just put it that way. So, stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'm like, okay, so this guy doesn't come out. Yeah.
I can even put my camera up there and see the view.
Yeah. Like, that's the view it would have gotten.
That's the exact view.
Wow. It's right there. Okay. All right, on to the next one. Let's go to 30.
It would have been good to see when cars left, too, to verify the timeline, you know?
Oh, totally. It would have, if anything, it would have a perfect view of her car leaving.
Yeah.
Because she went south. Or if it, like, there would be, because the ring camera picks up noises. Like, it would have picked up noises from it.
Would see the headlights.
Yep. So now we're going to go to 31 Fairview Road. Knock on this door. Another one that would have. So there's 33 Fairview, 34 Fairview.
Again, look at this. Like the body was right freaking there. Like so when I'd also like to take this moment to point out that when Jen McCabe and them, when Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, Sarah Levinson, and Julie Nagel left this house at 1:47 a.m. We know there's a fact. It's undisputed that they left the house at 1:47 a.m. and they drove south because she had to drop off Sarah Levinson and Julie Nagel, who live somewhat close to John and Karen, their home at Meadows. And so to get there, you have to go south. Like if you go north, you're going to go way out of the way. And so that means that her car, right, her Wagoneer, whatever the fuck they drove that day, would have had to pull out of the driveway, turn around or back out, and then go down this way. Meanwhile, John's body was right here. And Karen had allegedly left him there to die an hour before. So there couldn't have been much snow on him at that point. There is no fucking way a car with 4 people in it do not notice a body right here. Stop it. Stop it. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. So anyway, 31 Fairview.
That's where the body was, right between the flagpole again and closer to the fire hydrant. Right there. Okay. Right where the mulch starts. Somehow our car propelled him up that far. And again, look, it's not a big lawn. Like Matt McCabe standing in the window.
Like he always
doesn't, looks outside, sees her car do a 3-point turn right there, and doesn't see anything else. Like doesn't see, he says he sees V-shaped tire marks, but doesn't see a gigantic body lying in the snow. So here's 31 Fairview, another one. Did they have a Ring camera? We'll see what they say.
The only part of the car that was messed up was the taillight and the hair. They found the goddamn hair that stayed on the bumper
Another Ring
after
camera.
a road trip 50 miles to Dighton and back.
This is a neighbor's house, right?
This is a neighbor's house, correct. It's across the street.
Where does
And that is the view that their Ring camera would have. They would
Look at
certainly
that.
have if John went into the house.
So like,
Karen
okay,
dropped
so
him
this
right off
is
in
so
that
this
bed.
is an even better view, right? So this is Karen Reed's car came from this direction, and Ryan Nagel's car. So Karen Reed pulls up right here and drops John O'Keefe off because obviously you're gonna want to, like, this door right here is kind of where they enter the home, and it's not like the mud room. There's like a living room in here. And so she drops him off, and keep in mind, he's wearing a long sleeve t-shirt and it's freezing cold outside. If you're wearing something like that, you're going to run into that house, aren't you? You're going to run like a Dickens. So he runs into the house. That would explain, people are like, why didn't Ryan Nagel see him? Because he ran into the house. And he's got the fuck out. And what does Karen Reed do? Well, she pulls her car up to the flagpole and sits there and waits 10 minutes for John to text her back and say everything's fine. He doesn't. She gets the fuck out of there. And she's like, I guess he's fine. Whatever. He must be doing keg stands by now, and gets the fuck out of there. So, because we know that Ryan Nagel testified, told police that he saw Karen Reed sitting over here. That he saw Karen Reed sitting right here with hands at 10 and 2 and the interior lights on, and there was no body next to him. He was not in the car. So had she killed him yet? So he wasn't in the car. And he's not inside because he never went inside, they say. So that means she must have already hit him, right? Is that what they're saying? She must have already hit him. And so where's the body? He didn't see a body. And are we to believe that she just killed him somehow before in the 5 to 10 seconds before Ryan Nagel got there? She killed him and then just fucking sat there. Nah, just sit here. Fuck it. I mean, that's gangster as fuck. You're just gonna kill a dude, but like didn't just sit there for 10 minutes? Yeah. Okay. I mean, who the fuck believes this shit? How retarded do you have to be to believe this? Sweet Jesus.
Notification on their phone, right?
So they don't answer. None of these people want to, like,
right.
I don't understand this either. Like, what are you people so afraid of? The boogeyman doesn't live there anymore. You can't even be like, oh, I'm scared of Brian. Like, you don't need to be scared of Brian anymore. We neutered his ass. He's like Brian Albert is so used to being the alpha male of Canton. He's so used to like nobody fucks with his family. 2 years ago, if anyone did what I did today to Chris Albert, Brian Albert would put them in a fucking grave, you know? He'd be like, he'd kick your ass, Seabass. And so it just must frustrate him to no end to watch me, because I know Brian Albert's watching this right now, to watch me just emasculate his family time after time. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's just nothing you can do. And I'm just going to keep doing it. And I'm just going to keep, like, this is not my last trip to Canton. I will be back. And more, I think people are getting, like a year or so ago, people didn't want to cooperate with the Karen Reed defense team because they're like, yeah, it's easier to keep my head down and, you know, whatever, and keep a low profile. But now, you know, now they're like, fuck it. You know, we've made people realize, like, you don't have nothing to be afraid of. The big bad monster's not going to bite you. We neutered their ass. They can't do anything. They're not so tough anymore, are they? So we decide we're going to go over there. Oh, crap. What did I do? No, we walk right over there. Guy's getting some miles in. Looking sharp.
All right, let's go to 34 Fairview. So again, this is Karen pulls in from Cedar Crest over there. Pulls up here. John jumps out. Oh, there's a little boy there.
This is the new owners. I think we should do it. Right. So I cut it off here. But
pulls up here.
Again, this is where she would have gotten out. And he would have gotten out and just sprinted in there. It's so easy. Why would she drop him off?
John jumps out. Oh,
why would she drop him off over there? So we can run diagonally across the yard? That makes no sense.
Boy there.
So anyway, I go inside at that point and I speak with the mom. She's got a little son there. And she was very, very nice and very helpful. This woman, nice Asian lady. And I asked, I go, first of all, did your realtor, you got a good deal on this house, huh? 50,000 off, not bad. And so she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, did they tell you? Did the buyer or seller realtor tell you that there was a body discovered on this lawn? She's like, nope. But I found out now because she knew who I was and she's been following it a little bit. And she wanted to make it clear, like, I hope you guys find this guy. Like, you know, I hope you guys do. She's on the right team. Like this was not like a pass down to family and friends house situation. This was this woman's like, I'm going to buy this house and renovate it. She's already taken a lot of the carpets out and stuff. Not the downstairs carpet. That's another thing I asked her. The carpet that they took out was from the second floor. And I'm like, I'm telling her the whole story. And she's just like, wow, like she was pissed. You could tell she was pissed that nobody told her that. I don't know if it would have changed anything, but it's like, I feel like that's one of those things you should be told, that not only was a guy left on your, to die on the front lawn, like he was killed inside the house. He's killed inside the house, and no police has ever been there. And I'm like, okay. I didn't ask her, like, would you let people into the basement? Like, I didn't want to intrude too much, but I wonder about that. But she asked not to be filmed, and so I respected that. Now I go, so there's this guy, Matt McCabe. He likes to watch traffic. That's his thing. That's his fetish. He sits in windows and he watches traffic when he's at parties. And so Matt McCabe looks across the street. According to his testimony that he told Michael Proctor, conflicted trooper Michael Proctor, he told police that he looked out the window at one point and Karen Reed was sitting there over here. And then he looked out, I don't know, 10 minutes later, and he noticed V-shaped tire tracks right here. So he would have had to look, this is his view. He would have, look how flat this lawn is. Like, this is I'm glad she let me come in here and take this picture from here so we get Matt McCabe view. She would have seen him do according to Matt McCabe, he saw V-shaped tire tracks right here. But if he saw that, AKA she did a 3-point turn, backed into him and got the fuck out of there this way, right? This way. But he didn't see a body. Like, how could you see the V-shaped tire tracks and not a gigantic 217-pound body directly in front of, obviously the body would be in front of the tire tracks because that's where gravity threw him. It just makes no fun. Like, that's what I mean. Like, this case, if this goes to court, which they intend on going to trial, like, how stupid are they going to look? Like, this is going to look ridiculous. So Richie and I, we drove down, we did Karen Reed's midnight ride, the midnight ride of Karen Reed, and we drove down back to Meadows. And we're going to go the exact same way. And that includes through the center of town, past the Canton Library. So that means you go south on Fairview, you take a right onto, I believe it's Sherman. I know the streets of Canton too well. And then you take a left onto, I don't know what the fuck's it. It takes you to the MBTA station. And then that takes you, that's Sherman. I don't know what the other one was called. Whatever. Okay. And Chapman, take a right onto Chapman and then left onto Sherman. And that takes you towards the center of town. And then once you cross the center of town, it turns into Pleasant Street, I believe. Or is that not till the end? Whatever. Maybe that takes you to Pleasant, and then you take a right, and the Meadows is right there. But you got to go past the library and town hall. It's like a 3-mile trip. And so I'm like, there are no woods the whole time. There isn't one wood. Like, you go through the middle of town. These towns out in eastern Massachusetts are not like towns where we're from in central Mass or western Mass for you people out there. Like, the towns in central Mass and western Mass are bigger. If you look at a map of the towns in central and western Mass, they are much bigger land-wise than the towns in eastern Mass. Like, Holden is much bigger than fucking Canton or any of these towns over there. Like, and it's like the same population as Canton, but we just have more woods and shit. There's no woods in these towns, in these eastern Mass towns. It's like Jersey. It's like New Jersey. It's like everything's like New Jersey. It's like just crowded. Like, did you know that like Watertown has more people per square mile than Worcester does? I didn't know that, but it's true. Do you know Somerville is the most densely populated city in New England? Like, most per square mile? Like, they must have no woods there at all. And Canton is kind of the same way. There's no woods. Like, there's golf courses, but you just drive. So there's everywhere you go in Canton, there is a home. And so he starts driving, especially like, and this is a Boston suburb. Like, this is a real Boston suburb, Canton. Like, Canton, Dedham, Westwood, Norwood, Milton. Like, it's all the same shit. Arlington to the north, like, whatever, you name it. Like, I guess once you start going more south and you get to like, Middleborough, whatever, like, that's when it gets more open. But like, when you get close to Boston, like, there's just fucking crowded these places. So there's homes the whole way. And we should have counted all the homes we went by. Hundreds of homes. At least half of which have Ring cameras. Like here's one house. We rang the doorbell at this one. What's this address? Sorry, people who live at 12 Fairview with the transgender flags. I definitely wanted to go to the transgender flag ones because I'm like, I bet you they don't like the Alberts, the transgender flag ones. So I went there and rang the doorbell. They didn't answer, but they got a Ring camera. They all did. And we went to this place. We go by Karen Reed came from this way. This is the Canton Junction MBTA station. It's got a coffee shop inside. So I'm like, there has to be cameras out here, right? And the barista, there's two baristas there. And they don't wait on me at first. They don't come forward. And finally one of them does. And I think it was a 𝗵𝗂𝗶𝘂𝗺. I think it was a BLT 123. It was long hair, but with an Adam's apple. And they asked me, I asked them, do you guys have any cameras here on the exterior? And they said, no. I guess, I mean, I'll take their word for it. I can't imagine a train station doesn't have exterior cameras. But regardless, like we went by a million other homes. And I'm like, what I want to know is have the state police been in here asking this question? That's what I really want to know. Have the state police asked you guys about cameras? Because that would be there is 1,000,001 ways to prove that Karen Reed had a broken taillight on the way home. Remember, she hit him. And all you got to do to prove she hit him is just, and that she didn't break the taillight at 5 o'clock. When she went out, like they got video of her backing into John's car. That's when the defense says she broke the taillight. All you got to do is just show some point that she had a broken taillight. They have thousands of opportunities to do that. I'm like it's go into these places, ask them for it. I'm like, did they come in? Nope. As it turns out, the other barista in there, which I did not know, and somebody pointed this out afterwards, was Katie McLaughlin. Katie McLaughlin is the only first responder who Michael Proctor kept putting in his report. There's probably dozens of first responders there, firefighters, EMS, everybody. And the only person who he quoted was Katie McLaughlin, because Katie McLaughlin said what she wanted him to say. And that was what? Oh, she said, I hit him. Okay. Well, as it turns out, what they forgot to mention is that she's best friends with Caitlin Albert, who was in the house that night. She's the daughter of Brian Albert. And yeah. Okay. So there's that. They just forgot to mention that. So anyway, I guess she was there and I missed her. But this is just, again, like the midnight ride of Karen Reed. So fucking place that's got cameras. What if that thing is? Like, you know, that place. How about this? Like, look at all these cameras. Camera. Yeah. All right. So this is the road that Karen Reed would have been driving on. She would have come in the other direction. But just look at all the fucking homes here. Did they go to any of these homes? Check out if they had Ring camera right there. And this is just one side of the street. His house is on two sides.
This is the best side though, because this would catch things.
Yeah, that would catch everything. Look at all. All right, you guys get the point. So there would have been 1,000,000 opportunities to get the camera. So then we go and I film. I go to one house in particular, and I notice it as Mary, the Mother of God, outside, and I'm like, oh, well, they're Catholic or whatever. So as a Catholic, I know that we're big on the commandments. And there's two in particular: thou shalt not lie and thou shalt not kill. Like, those are big ones. Like, two of the first ones you learn about. And so if there's anyone that's going to be honest about it, it's someone with the statue of the Virgin Mary in the front lawn. So I'm going to ask them about it. And they were forthcoming. And this is what happens.
You better show me some identification.
Okay. Well, my name's Aidan Kearney. My wallet's in the car if you'd like. I can grab my ID.
Yeah. Go get it.
Okay, I'll go grab my ID. Be right back. So we're going. Now we go back and again, he wants some ID. So again, I don't even know if he's home, but this is so easy. This is the beauty of Ring. You can just talk through it. Are you still there?
Okay, what is it you need to know now?
So I was just wondering, did the state police ever come by here and ask for Ring camera footage from the morning of January 29th, 2022?
No, they haven't.
They haven't. Okay. That's literally all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. Okay. So a lot of people have pointed out, they're like, why didn't you ask him for the video? And I'm like, I probably should have, now that I realized it, but I was so excited by his answer, because that was the answer that I knew I was going to get. Like, finally, we got it from someone. So this guy, I'm like, your house is right on the road. This is like a stone's throw away from the library, from the middle of town. And the way his house is situated, they're right on the main road. Like, there's nothing obstructing it. It would have gotten her car going right by. Like, this would have been one of the first places you go to. And okay, so did they come? No, they didn't. And I see somebody in the comments asked, well, is this a cover up or just shoddy police work? It's a cover up, because we've seen in recent days with this murder in Braintree and another one in Newton, the first thing that they asked for, that Michael Morrissey asked for, was, if you have Ring camera footage, come forward. And I know as a fact that Michael Proctor and 𝗵𝗵𝗂𝗺, they went to homes on Cedar Crest Street and Dedham Street, which are streets that Karen Reed would have gone on had she done a 3-point turn and gone north on Fairview. She would have taken a right onto Cedar Crest and a right onto Dedham to get home. And I know as a fact, because I got pictures of 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗆𝗵𝗆 in people's homes, asking them in the coming days for footage from their homes. They asked people on those streets, do you have footage? And they all told him no. They looked through the Ring camera footage and they're like, there's nothing on the way back. No. Because that's what they wanted. They needed her to do a 3-point turn, or else the story doesn't work. If she goes straight, then there's no 3-point turn. So they got all these people here, and they don't go to a single one of their homes. Not one of these people had the police come to their home. Not one. And this is just an example of it, this guy, because they know the answer. As soon as they found out that none of those people had cameras, they're like, well, we're going to stop knocking on doors, because she went the other way. So that means no 3-point turn, which means ixnay on ing ray cameras. Okay. We're going to go a different route. Okay. We'll go with the old 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗵𝗆 route. We'll do that one instead. So there we go. And again, this is investigative journalism, folks. It's not brain surgery. Now, I go there and I go into town hall. Next is town hall. So I want to talk to Michael Trotta, because he hasn't called me back, or Superintendent Walsh, because Walsh is the one that ultimately dispatched that morning a man by the name of Brian Lucky Loughran to plow Fairview Road. And you know, these guys, they can't wait to get out and start their billable hours, and they are at their coffees, and they're ready to rock at 2 a.m. And Lucky Loughran has, I believe, he's spoken to the grand jury based on what he told me. He's one of these guys. He's a good old boy of Canton, wants to be liked by everyone, and initially said that he plowed Fairview Road twice that morning, and that he did not see a body, and specifically that he would have noticed a body had he gone by. There's no way he would have missed it. Well, all of a sudden he changes his story, like a lot of these people do. And now he doesn't want to talk anymore.
because he doesn't want to get his homie Brian Albert in trouble. Because he's like, I don't want to, like, I grew up in this town. I want to fuck with these people. So I'm like, I want to talk to his boss. I'm like, because Michael Proctor never spoke with Michael Trotta, never spoke with Walsh, never spoke with him. And so I'm like, are they there? And I got this lady.
I'm here right now. May I ask who you are?
My name's Aidan.
I'm sorry, that is an employee's assistant. Employee's.
Oh.
If you'd like to come to the.
Oh, how do we get in that way?
Okay. I guess we're going to this.
This counter? Can I help you?
Yes. Is this the Department of Public Works?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is Michael Trotta in?
He's on vacation right now. May I
Okay.
ask who you are?
My name's Aidan Kearney from Turtleboy Daily News.
Mhm.
And I was also looking for Mr. Walsh. Is he around by any chance, the superintendent?
I can give you a message.
Is he here?
She
He's out in the
didn't.
Field.
She did not want to
Yeah,
work.
I've been trying to reach him, so.
Did you leave him a message?
Yes, and he hasn't called back, so.
Okay, well, he's
Can
kind
I,
of busy.
can I leave another?
It's like, you know, he's kind of busy. Oh yeah, you work for Canton. It's like, this is why I hate government employees and government workers. They're just so lazy. Like, nobody wants to fucking work. Because what do they care? They get paid the same no matter what. They're like, well, kind of busy. Really? Does he have a fucking cell phone? Can you call him? Can you get off your fucking ass and do some goddamn work, lady? How about that? But she knows who I am. Like, it was very clear that she knows who I am, and she doesn't want to help me out. So I'll play your game.
One? I mean, I can wait.
You have his phone number, right?
Like, I'll wait.
Call
I can
back.
leave the
So that's
message,
why I'm here
so-
in person.
Yep. I can leave a message and I'll get it to him.
Now
I
watch
just know
this.
He's out in the field right now.
Watch this.
How do I spell the last name, sir?
Kearney.
She goes, how do I spell the last name, sir? She had already written out my first name and spelt it correctly. She knows who I am. She didn't have to ask my first name. She didn't even have to ask what my last name was. She just asked how to spell it. She had already spelled my name. So she knows who I am at this point. People are messaging me now and they're saying that she is a friend. She lives in Tim Albert's neighborhood and she is best friends with the Weeks girls. That is the McCabe sisters. So this is what we're dealing with here. This is the home cooking. So I'll be back, Miss Boys Regular. I'll be back. You haven't seen the last of me because he never called. Walshy never called me today. Trotta never called me. If you think you're going to get rid of me that easily, you're badly mistaken. I will literally sit there all day. All day. We'll order Chinese. I'll make a day of it. I'll just sit there all freaking day because he's got to come back sometime. I'll be like, I've unfinished business. We didn't see Michael Morrissey today. I'll be back. Like, get used to this. Like, these people think I'm fucking around. Like, I'm Mr. Internet guy. Like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to write blogs all day. And it's okay. It's just writing blogs and just ignore them, whatever. No. I live an hour away. It's not, I got a Lexus now. It's not a problem. It's got great mileage and a good engine. I'll be there in an hour. No problem. Like, I'll get used to it. Get used to it.
Why?
Mm-hmm. That's phone number?
I'm here to ask about the plowing that took place on the morning of January 29th, 2022.
Okay.
And whether or not plows specifically were sent to 34 Fairview Road at what time? Or Fairview Road at all? And who was the plow driver?
Okay, so she's just humoring me. I knew that the whole time, but that's fine. That's fine. So before I get into the next thing, I just want to read a couple turtle chats here real quick. So don't mind me. By the way, shout out to all the people on Rumble I see over there. M. Parker, Lauren, Dole. I don't want to miss all my Rumble people. I guess there's no dress code in the office. Yeah, tell me about it. Telling you, the Canton semi-formal. Emphasis on semi. Okay. So let me read some turtle chats here. Collins Fist sends $15 and says, thank you for getting the truth out. We appreciate you. My pleasure, Collins Fist. Thank you. And might want to get a Band-Aid on that. Bob sends $25, says, I have you on my 80-inch TV on Rumble, second feed to my outdoor TV, and on my 40-inch computer monitor on YouTube. Finally got Rumble. You're doing God's work. Thank you. That's the way it should be, man. Love to see it. You guys watch Turtleboy on TV? I mean, do you watch it on the big screen? A lot of people are into that now. It's better. It's pretty cool to watch. I mean, this is better entertainment than anything you're getting on TV. I sometimes struggle to find a good podcast to listen to. Like, I'll listen to Jerry, and I like Jerry, and I like all these people, and I like Matt Walsh and whatever, and I'll listen to them. But like, it's a script. Like they have the same shit. We're going to talk about Hunter Biden today. We're going to talk about whatever's in the news that right wingers are supposed to talk about. And it's just like, I just find it boring. I mean, it's not boring, but like what you get here on Turtleboy, like literally this content is not anywhere else on the internet. And that's why people love it, man. That's why people love it. But okay. So thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Raquel sends $25. She says, will the person who dumped the body be revealed before July 25th? Well, that depends on some things. I think it depends on the gag order and whether or not the Karen Reed defense team, we'll see what, like, the ball is in their court until July 25th. Because I got a spoiler alert for you people. Like, what's going to happen in court on July 25th? They're getting gagged. Like, there's a 1,000% chance they are getting gagged. I said there was 100% chance they're not getting Brian Albert's phone. I knew that they weren't getting that phone. And because the judge, she's a cunt and she's not doing it. And she hates them with a burning passion. She cannot wait to shut them up. So I'm hoping that they know this and that they just decide to go scorched earth, fuck it, and just start releasing shit. That's my hope. That's my hope. Because you got to understand, like, strategizing for trial with this stuff, it's like they can't show their hand, right? They can't show everything that they got right now. Everything. And they got to save some of it. But if they're going to get gagged, they might as well fuck. I'm encouraging them to do it. I'm like, if you guys are watching, Yannetti and Jackson, do it. Do it. Do it. It'll be so worth it. Right? Because I don't talk to them. A lot of people think I talk to them. Oh, you're getting paid by the fans. Nope. They can't afford me. Nope. I'm not getting paid by them. I am completely independent. And I don't like, I'm certainly helping their cause, I would like to think. And I'm on the same team as them because they're fighting for the truth. But I am not like, I'm not going to always defend Alan Jackson's clients. You're not going to see me out here talking about Harvey Weinstein's innocent or anything like that. But like with this one, you certainly are. So I if they're watching, I would just encourage, like, I know they know what they're doing. They're obviously very experienced. That's why they cost a lot of money. But like, I want to be the devil, like, in the ear. Do it. Release it all. Release it all. Come on, let's go. I'll take it from there. So again, there's that. Okay. So we'll see. All right. Thank you, Raquel. So will the person who dumped the body be revealed before July 25th? We'll see. Michelle sends $25. And I think we all know who dumped the body. Like, it wasn't Colin Albert, obviously. It wasn't Jen McCabe. It wasn't Big Mac. Like, think of who had left that house and who hadn't. There was only, by my count, 3 people left in that house at that time. So you do the math about who dumped the body there. I think we all know who dumped the body there. Okay. So let me read a couple more turtle chats. Michelle sends $25. Says the neighbor's Ring camera would have seen more in the winter with bare trees. That's a very good point too. Great job on this case, doctor. Thank you very much, Michelle. Richie O sends 25. It says another day in the trenches seeking the truth. Here's a little gas money. Thank you, Richie O. I appreciate that very much. I don't know if that's Richie, my Richie, or what. DW sends $25. Says put this dono towards a long distance DoorDash from Canton. An hour ride likely couldn't make the chicken parm any more mediocre. Yeah. Trish sends $25, says, you are amazing. Thank you for covering the Canton story like no other. And congrats on the Lexus. Well, thank you, Trish. I appreciate that very much. Laura sends $25, says, did Liz leave him? A colleague told me that she is with the guy called Tim Haynes. Sounded like they are official. Did Liz? Oh, Liz Proctor? I don't think so. I don't think so, because she posted yesterday on Instagram about like daddy's home. Okay. Kathleen sends $25, says, your trip to Canton was almost like the beginning of a scary movie. The way nobody wanted to talk. Haha, great job. It's so true. It's so true that nobody wanted to talk. Okay. Do we have any cash apps I need to read off here before I continue on? Let's see. Mike Hips sends $5, says, I swallowed 4 Fenway Franks before this live. Well, thank you. Good luck with that. And Frank K sends another $20, says, for you've come such a long way, man. Well, thank you. I get that a lot about it. I've definitely changed. When you think about what this show was 2 years ago, it's like when Brett was on here and we were just making fun of ratchets. Oh man, getting rid of him was really, man, what a blessing in disguise that turned out to be, huh? So I really feel like when you look at, even when I watched the beginning video of how the show starts off with like, this thing, when I watch this thing.
My name's Aidan Kearney, also known as Turtleboy.
He is a senior editor for Turtleboy Daily News.
I'm a big fan. We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it Turtleboy that is covering such important?
The names that were just in that clip. Jason Whitlock was on his. Like he's the one. Why this blogger in Massachusetts? Obviously, Jeff Cooner, Howie Carr, been on their show. Obviously, Jerry's, who was on for quite some time. Kirk Minahan came on my show. And that's not counting Gavin McInnes. One of his, he invited me on his. I mean, I got flown to Timcast, man. That's big time. I mean, Chrissy Mayer, go down the line. Billboard Chris has been on my show twice. He's a huge name. These are big names. So yeah, I mean, this is all in the last like year, like all this shit. So certainly the brand has evolved immensely since then. And I couldn't be happier to be a part of it and have all you people. And I think, look at the numbers, they're off the charts. So yeah, keep hitting that like button. It really helps when you get that like. I'd like to get to 1,000 likes tonight. That would be cool. Okay. If anyone else wants to donate, link is at the top. It's called Turtle Chat. Donate whatever amount of money you want, and you can leave a message when you do so. Okay, back to the content. So now this was a special surprise I had. So, and this was Richie's idea, and that's why I like Richie, smart guy. And so he's like, you gotta talk to the IT guy that runs the town, because in court on May 3rd, that was the first time I ever heard about the Canton Library tape. And 𝗟𝗟𝗃, like the defense claimed that they didn't get that, they wanted the Canton Library tape and they were never sent it, and that they were sent a CD with Canton Library tape that had 3 minutes missing from 12:37 to 12:39, the exact moments that Kearney would have driven by. I mean, if that isn't the most fucking openly corrupt part about this, I don't know what is. Like literally the 3 minutes when Karen Reed's car drove by, if her taillight was broken, boom, case closed, you got her. But it's just gone. And it also would have exonerated her. It would have been inculpatory or exculpatory, one of those two. Instead, it's nothing, because nothing was there, just gone. And is that not the shadiest thing? They just gone. Like, we have everything else except for that. Oops, I don't know what happened. Must have been a computer error. I don't know how these computers work. So they got it on a goddamn CD-ROM. Like, what year is this? And that's what it was missing on. And so how it worked, and according to 𝗟𝗟𝗃, well, we were all sent it on a CD, and they were. 𝗟𝗟𝗃 was sent it on a CD, and so was the defense. So they gave him what they had. But Michael Proctor was given access to all Canton Library tapes because only the town, it's a town institution. They would have that. They would have those. And in order to view those tapes, you need a password. And so the IT guy, 𝗃𝗏𝗃, his name is, has to give the password to Michael Proctor. And instead of Michael Proctor just giving Lalli and David Yannetti the password to view it themselves, he burns it on a CD. Like he's like stealing songs off of Napster in 2002 and just gives it to them. And putting it in the top of his car and those things. Remember, you used to hang those with the CDs up there, all your burn CDs, your mix CDs. And you're like, oh, this is fucking great. Never paying for music again. Anyway, that's how he handed these out. Well, I got some questions. I want to talk to the IT guy. I want to talk to the guy who gave him the password. And Suzanne texts me and says, $150, 1,500 likes. If we can get the 1,500 likes, she's donating $250. Ooh, how many likes we got right now? We're about 1,000 away. That would be cool. I mean, we got 1,900 people watching. If we can get half of you people to hit that like button, and if you're watching on your phone, again, you can just X out of the live chat and hit the thumbs up. So thank you. That would be cool if we did that. So that'd be cool. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. That would be a record. 1,500 likes. That would be a record. So I'm like, I'm going to go and talk to the man who gave Michael Proctor the password, see what he has to say. And this is what happened.
I think
That's me.
my name's Aidan. Hi, we're looking for Mr. 𝗃𝗏𝗃.
That's me.
My name's Aidan Kearney. I'm a reporter from Turtleboy Daily News. Do you have a minute?
I have a meeting now, and then I have to do a fire at 12:30. So today is kind of.
It'll just take two seconds.
Like these people, these town workers, just like, oh, I'm so busy. Yeah, the superintendent's out, like he's down at D&E Pizza getting mozzarella sticks. So busy. He's like, I'm so busy. I'm at a meeting. It's like, dude, there's some fucking guy. First of all, can you clean your office? Can you clean your, like, can we do something about this? Why does your office look like this? What a freaking fire sale this is. He's like, oh, I'm a really busy person. I'm the IT guy for the town of Canton. My time is extremely valuable, sir. But I'm like, you know what? I drove all the way here, and like, you know, there's a murder. So can we like talk about the murder? I feel like that should be talked about.
I just have a quick question. When you sent the video footage from the Canton Public Library to the state police, how did they access the video?
That was done in 2 different formats.
And
File link, and we sent out physical file.
is there any way the public could get access to that?
I would have to check with council and others on that one, and I don't have it already.
Okay, because there's a couple minutes missing. I believe there's 3 minutes missing from that video. When you guys sent it over to them, were there 3 minutes missing?
I can't answer that.
You can't answer. How come?
We're talking an item that's over a year plus behind.
Yeah.
And I don't have a copy of the video to replay on my own to validate.
Is it erased?
It was or wasn't.
Is it erased at this point?
Yeah.
It is? Okay. And why was it erased?
Because there's a set retention schedule on devices, and
Okay, so
There's like, because there's a set retention. It's like, dude, it's a fucking murder trial, dude. Like, it's a murder investigation. This is just resets. Well, maybe you should have fucking screen recorded or something. I don't know. Have you seen this, my dude? Have you yourself seen the tape? That's what I want to know. Because we know that Michael Proctor saw it, and he saw her tail light was intact, and he's like, fuck, erase that. That ain't going on the CD-ROM. Get rid of that one.
Set retention, even in a murder investigation?
I was asked for a copy of something, file was prepared, sent through, nothing else came back after to do anything else on our side with it.
Okay.
So I'm not one to sit there and go any further.
So, but when you did send it over, you have no reason to believe there would be 3 minutes missing, right?
Not that I can say before.
Okay. Did you happen to view the footage by any chance?
Section of the start and end, but
Did
what
you
was on it?
did you notice if Karen Reed's Lexus had a missing or a broken taillight?
I can't answer that. I don't have video in front of me.
Okay.
I think there's something-
I can't answer that. Like, what do you mean you can't answer? Like, did you look at it or not? Like, there's no, this guy did you. So the state police, like, does this happen often? The state police are like, can I see the Canton library footage so I can see if this crazy bitch murdered somebody? Can I see that? Like this guy, oh, it happens all the time. Like, bitch, you looked at it. Stop it. Poindexter, you know. This, like, we went to the nerd because we thought the nerd would be for, like, not want to, you know, be involved. Like, he's not one of the good old boys. But Poindexter here just wants to, you know, he wants to just keep a low profile and go to eat his cheese sandwich every day and go to work and have his little meetings and make, you know, beat his record in Minesweeper and talk to this guy, whoever the fuck this guy is. This is a really important business meeting that the town IT guy is having. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sure you don't. Sure you don't.
Years ago, you said you had one question to ask.
Okay, I appreciate.
I have a meeting going on.
I do appreciate your time. It's just, you know, a man was killed in this town, and it's pretty apparent there's a cover up. So
I don't have anything else to do with that.
okay, all right, thank you.
Now what?
There's Mr.
Okay.
Duty.
So I noticed that when I went by before, I noticed that Charles Duty was there. Charles Duty is the town administrator. How the fuck do I know this shit about this random town? This town, he's the town administrator, so he's in charge of the town. He's like the mayor. And he used to be the fire chief. He was the fire chief on the night this all went down. So he's one of the good old boys. And his daughter, Catherine Duty, with a Y and a K, was in the house that night, 34 Fairview Road, because she's down with all these people. Okay. She's down with all these people, and she gets to, you know, she was obviously friends with all of them. So she's there. And her name, just like Emily Fabiano, Catherine Duty, Kaylin Albert, Sarah Levinson, and I think one other, they all had their names spelled wrong by Michael Proctor. And Catherine Duty had 2 names spelled wrong, her first and her last name. Her last name is easily recognizable in town because of who her father is. You know, he's probably had yard signs. Like, you know, he's a very well-known. There's no way Michael Proctor would not know the name Duty. Doody. Unfortunate name, I know. And I see him in there, and I'm like, well, like when I first went by, the door was open, and he saw me, and I saw him, and then we go by, the door is closed. I'm like, oh, he doesn't want to talk. So now we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a little conversation. Let's see what happens here.
I would like to ask Mr. Duty a question, actually.
Now let's go back. Yeah, like I drove all the way here. We're gonna ask a question.
Hi, Mr. Duty.
Yes, sir.
My name is Aidan Kearney from Turtleboy Daily News.
How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. I just had a quick question about the town. Have the police spoken with you at all about the Karen Reed investigation?
I'm in the middle of the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all in such a middle of a fucking meeting. Like, what do you assholes do all day? Oh, we're in the middle of a meeting. Bitch, this town runs itself. Stop it. Relax, okay? The traffic lights work. You know, we'll be fine. You cut the grass. Make sure everybody pays their excise tax. You'll be okay. It's fucking town hall in Canton. It's not that important. We're at a meeting right now. Yeah, you look like you're fucking really busy there, Mr. Duty. Really busy. So these people are all just looking for an excuse not to talk to me. But then they all talk to me because they're not actually working. None of these people are actually working.
Really sorry.
Do you know why your daughter's name was misspelled in the police report by Michael Proctor?
I don't.
Have you ever met Michael Proctor?
I have not.
You didn't know him at all
I
beforehand?
No.
Okay, and you have no reason
No,
to know why her name would be misspelled?
I don't.
Did she leave before John got there?
That's what I'm told.
Okay.
That's what I'm told. Like, that was such a weird answer. The more I think about it, that's what I'm told. He's nervous. You can tell just by looking at him. Like, he could have just told me to fuck off, but he's like, he says he doesn't know Michael Proctor. We're going to try to find that out. I wonder if there's any pictures. Let's find a picture of Michael Proctor or a link between Duty and Proctor and see if we can prove he's lying, because he's lying about something. He goes, that's what you're told, that she left the house before that happened? You were told by who? Like, you and your daughter have not had a conversation about this? That's what I'm told. Like, that's not a very emphatic response. Like, instead of, yep, she was long gone. No, that's what I'm told. That's what I'm told.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Okay,
Appreciate
take
it.
care. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very big, a very important meeting. So that's the end of that. So then I go, well, there is Mr. Nerdlinger and Mr. Duty. And then I go to the Waterfall Bar and Grill and, check it out. I asked them about doing a function there, perhaps when we do our rolling rally and ending there. Maybe we could do something like that. It's a nice place, the Waterfall Bar. It's got a nice little patio outside. It'd be a cool place to do something. Again, this is where allegedly Karen Reed did 14 Jello shots and then 3 keg stands. And then everyone started yelling, "Toga, toga, toga." And then she stole a glass and she got in the car with John, shit-faced. He was like, "Let me drive." She's like, "No, bitch. It's Britney, bitch." And starts playing the music. And John's like, "Slow down. You're going the wrong way, crazy hoe." And she's like, "Shut the fuck up. I fucking hate you, John. I fucking hate you." And then she goes right by the house. Fucking wrong way. And does a 3-point turn and then gets out. And John's like, "Okay, I'll be right back." She's like, "No, hold on for 1 second." Takes the fucking cocktail glass, smashes him over the head with it. But he's still alive. And then she's like, "Okay, wait right there. Wait right there." And then does a 3-point turn, loud as fuck. Smashes him. He makes no noise or whatever to upset the Ring camera across the street or anyone in the house. So they don't hear any of this shit. They don't see anything of that. And then she just leaves him there to die. Not a single person on the way back catches her on Ring camera video. Not a single person going in the other direction was even asked for Ring camera video. But this is all legitimate. I mean, I can't fucking believe we're living in a world like this. We're grown adults in charge of a fucking system of law and order are telling us this fucking lie. This obvious fucking lie about a fucking murder. They're like, this is the most disgusting, fucking insulting display of perverted justice in the history of law and order. What is happening in Canton, Massachusetts right now? It is fucking disgusting. And every single one of these people should be in jail and destitute for the rest of their lives. Their kids should never have name brand shoes. They never go to college. They should grow up in poverty. They don't deserve to live in a town like Canton. None of these motherfuckers. It's just so insulting to our collective intelligence. What's happening right now? It's just maddening to look at this. But how fucking stupid do you have to? Why am I doing this? Why am I the guy doing this? Why am I going door to door? This is what we pay taxes for the fucking police to do this. Do your fucking job. How fucking hard is this? Jesus. Anyway, that was my rant. It just hit me. I'm just like, this is so insulting that they're telling us this shit. Like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, this is the casino guy notices me here.
Turtleboy.
I'm like,
Turtleboy. You don't remember me though.
Yeah, from the casino.
Yeah.
What's happening, brother? You live in Canton? What? Stringer Bell. Oh, he's a Trump guy. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, that's you? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's you. All right. As you know, I'm a Ron DeSantis stan, and so these people on Twitter are up my ass about Donald Trump. It's just like, oh, I can't wait. I mean, it's a long shot. I'm with the underdog, but I hope he smokes him. But anyway, we go in there and we do that. Okay. So I walk across the street over to CF McCarthy's because I forgot about D&E Pizza. It just slipped my mind. I'm like, let's go to CF McCarthy's and the other bar that they went to, but it's right next to D&E Pizza. And so we go by and all of a sudden Richie is like, there's like fucking sitting there reading the paper in the front window. Like he's like the Sopranos sitting outside of the freaking salami shop. You know, like Vito and all these idiots, Canning and Christopher. And he's sitting there and he notices us. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm going to show you guys the whole thing. So the part that I had in there was not as good. We got the whole thing, a compilation of Richie and me, and then getting harangued by the police over this because they called the cops on me. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃, that's what it is. Okay, so here we are arriving at the. Am I sharing the right screen? Okay. Okay, now Suzanne is saying 1,000 likes by 11:15, and she's upped it to $500. Woo! That'll be dope. That'll be dope. How many likes are we at right now? 662. We got like 1,900 people watching right now. So if I can get 337 of you people, Auntie Suzanne's gonna give me $500. That would be cool. That would be cool. Let's see if we could do it. Can we do it? That would be so cool. All right. So, okay. So let's get back to this here. So this is, me. I as soon as we pull up there, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I don't go to hide, but I'm like, did he see me? Because I'm going to want to get this on video. So I got to get my video all fucking queued up here. And I'm like, and now time is of the essence, and I got to do my passcode on there, one of those things. And so this is what happens.
That's him. Is it really? Is it him? What should I ask him? I don't know, but he saw it.
I'm like, I wasn't prepared for this. I don't have a script. This is impromptu. Here we go. This place looks so dirty. Like, what are those cookies?
I'm gonna ask you to leave nicer. I'm gonna call the police. You can't film me inside my private business. You got 2 seconds to get out of here, and I'm gonna call the police.
Okay, so we're off to a rough start. No hello? Like, no hello? He is so on edge. He is so rattled already. Like, dude, you got nothing to hide. I just want to say, like, he messaged me on April 17th and told me it was unfortunate that I was going to write a blog about his son. I mean, what's going on here, Chris? We're up to 737 likes. Nice. 260 more, baby. I can feel it. Okay. All right. So, I'm like, notice he goes in the back. Now he's got the phone. He's like, I'm going to call the cops on you. You got 2 seconds to get 2 seconds. That's not much time. And, yeah, let's see what happens from here. You want to rewind? Okay, let's rewind. So again, first of all, just look at this place. Like, what are these goddamn, like, what is the decor in here? Like, can we do something about the counter? Could we clean that up a bit? Like, could we sand it? What's with the colors, the color scheme? Like, we're going with forest green and red. Like, this guy put $0 into this fucking place. Like, he does not give a fuck about anything. He's like, I'm here to make mediocre chicken parm. Take it or leave it. What else are you going to get in Canton? Have some fucking cookies. Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna ask you to leave nicer. I'm gonna call the police. You can't film me inside my private business. You got 2 seconds.
I can film anywhere I want, but go ahead.
To get out of here, and I'm gonna call the police.
No, not even hello. Like, he knows who I am. Like, no hello. At least Matt McCabe says hello.
Please don't film me. You're trespassing. please leave.
I'm not
Okay, I just wanted to
trespassing.
ask you a question.
You can't ask me anything.
Can I
That's
buy
my
a bag of
story now.
chips?
Okay.
Okay. And I noticed on the wall, one of these is Brian Albert in his Marine shit. He's so
Wanna
mad.
answer any questions? I mean, you're the one that
not to
messaged
you.
me.
Not to you.
Why
buddy.
not? What's
Not
wrong
to
with
you.
me?
So so it's personal. I'm not to you, buddy. Not gonna answer any questions to you, buddy. Okay. All right.
Get out of my store, please. Thanks.
Where can I find Colin?
You are a loser.
You are a loser. You are a loser. Well, sir, I mean, I don't own a pizza shop in downtown Canton, so we all can't be as successful as you, Chris Albert. We I believe you also have like a dozen judgments against you, and you had to move out of your house because you can't afford it. And that's where you live, like in the center of town in a small apartment now with, your remaining son and maybe your murderous, your son might be a murderer. So there's, I guess I aspire to be you. We all can't be winners like you, Chris. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, you're a loser. And so, okay, I guess he locks the door. And by the way, he put the shades down. The shades were up initially.
I guess he doesn't like me. I guess he doesn't like me.
You like the press pass?
I just wanted to ask him a question. That's so aggressive and so rude. How dare he? How dare he?
He's coming back.
All right, I still didn't get the selfie.
I forgot to take a selfie. So now he's got more words. Watch this. He got more words for me. Watch this. You gotta get a good. I'm trying to get it's not a good angle. You hear that? He goes, wait, you're a fuck. Like, so he feels the need to come outside again and tell, like, it was like, so I thought you want to be gone. But these Alberts, man, they just can't, they have to be like, it's like something's in them where they're like, fuck you. I can't. I hope you guys are seeing where, like, why would Colin Albert do that? Do you understand how much pride these people have? Like, they can't let shit go. You're such a fucking loser. Like, I thought you want to be gone. Oh, now you have to come out and open the door and be like, you're such a fucking loser. And now you're going to get it. Like, what does that mean? I'm going to get it? Dude, pray tell. Wait till you get it, dude. Wait till you get it. This is the guy who just called the cops.
Whoa.
The police are on the way, pal.
So what do you mean? You said wait till I get it? What does that mean? Get what? I just want to buy a pizza. Can't I buy a chicken parm? I'm a loser, he said. Okay, 30 seconds. The cops are getting here.
He's like. By the way, notice the whole arrogance of the cops are going to be here in 30 seconds. Keep in mind, this guy's brother's on the police force, Kevin Albert. These people feel so safe and insulated in Canton because they know the cops work for them. Like, the cops will be here in 30 seconds. My boys will be here in 30 seconds. Like, you'll see. Oh, really? You think I'm fucking scared of the Canton police? Stop it. Stop it. Don't be ridiculous. Like, stop it, dude. Relax. Take it easy, okay? The Canton police. Simmer down. Simmer down. Canton police aren't going to do shit because I don't break the law. And you don't scare me. And you don't have the power that you had 2 years ago either, Chicken Parm Charlie. Like, you don't. You're in trouble. Me, you might not be in trouble. Your son's in trouble, though. And your brother's in a lot of trouble.
Wait for the cops.
Yeah.
I'll just wait for the cops if that's how they want to do it. I just got a question, and that's it. He doesn't want to talk to me.
All right, so wait, how many? By the way, how many likes are we up to now? 786 likes. So we got, if we can get to 1,000 by 11:15, we got 20 minutes to get to 1,000 likes. We got 1,900. We need 200 more people to hit that like button, and Auntie Suzanne's gonna hook it up. 500. All right, here we go.
He doesn't want to talk to me.
So he calls the cops on me, and I'm like, well, I'm not running from the cops. I'll just have a seat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you say? You got something coming to you?
Wait till you get it.
Well, we can't get to 1,500. That was 1,000. So now I'm going live.
Here comes the cops.
The cops are, of course they're there, no problem. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a seat. I'll let the cops come to me. I got nothing to hide. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
No, we told them we'd wait here. I mean, we just tried. Thanks, how are you? Issue inside? No, we told them we'd wait here. I mean, we just tried to go in and then I have no problem. You want to talk to him for a second? I did leave because I'm not inside. So.
Did we freeze there?
I mean, that's fine. I have no intention of staying at all. I figured he told me he was calling the police, so I figured I'd just stick around till the police got here to make things clear that what was the issue. Oh, I have no idea. I mean, what would you say the issue is? It's like
You just walked in and he told you to leave.
He started yelling at me and told me to leave because he recognized me. And
Started yelling.
at me and he goes, "You need to leave." But then, okay. I got the whole thing on video, so at no point do I say, "I want to stick around." Right? Because I'm calling the cops and you're going to get it, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't call the police. I didn't know what the cops about, but I guess he did. I don't know what line I broke, but we could have gotten the car and left, but we figured because they'll be here in 30 seconds. So I go, okay, I guess I'll just wait and tell them what happened. So I moved from around it. Not from Holden. That's Worcester. Holden? Yeah. Turtleboy Daily News.
You know who I am. Watch this. He goes, wow, you never heard of that? I'm like, first of all, liar. Like this cop said 𝗏𝗏𝗃 on his shirt. It's like, he's like, I don't know. Like, I've never heard Turtle. Like, stop it, dude. Stop it. There's no fucking way in a small town like Canton. This is like, there's nobody in Canton who hasn't heard of Turtleboy. Stop it. Of course you've heard of Turtleboy. Don't be ridiculous. Like, nobody believes that. Even the other cop, when we looked at him, was like, you know, by the way, we're up to 839 likes. We need 160 more to get to 1,000, baby. 160 more. Anyway, so I don't know what this guy's deal was. I mean, I don't think he did anything egregious. And I'm not there to start a fight. Like, I'm not one of these like auditors that goes around just picking fights with cops. Like, I'm just going to talk to him like a regular person. I'm not scared of him, and I'm not there to antagonize him. I'm just there to whatever. I'm just I ain't doing anything illegal. I'm sitting on the fucking bench. That guy's like Chicken Parm Charlie's PMSing. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm just sitting here. He's the one that's out of control. Talk to your boy. I don't know what you want me to say.
So basically, we've been looking into the Kearney case, and Chris's son was in the house that night. He was believed to have been involved in assaulting Officer before his body was placed on the lawn. And Chris has messaged me before on Facebook.
You know, 100. That's a good point.
Say hello, and he saw me and immediately started threatening me, and he kicked me out of the pizza shop. I wanted to get a chicken parm, and he kicked me out, and I left. I was fully cooperative, and here we are. Yeah, I mean, we appreciate that. Obviously, in the business, he has the right to ask you to leave, so we appreciate you stepping out. Yeah. Just some ID.
Okay, so now a lot of people are criticizing me for this. Now, let me be very clear. I am well aware of my rights. Okay. I'm well aware that I do not have to give this guy my ID. This, like, I just want to address, because everybody in the comments is like, where's your ID? I mean, I could have just told him, no, I don't have to show you ID, and there's nothing you could do about it. but I want them to know I'm there. Like, don't you guys, I hope people get this. Like, I want them to have a picture of my license because I got nothing to hide. Because that's what innocent people do. They're just like, yep, I want all you motherfuckers to know I'm here. Like, see this picture? Take a picture of it. Take a picture of this license. Get all my information. I'll be back. I'm going, like, see this face on this license? Write it down. This face right here is going to be in your town a lot. So I want it on file. I want everyone on the station to have a copy of it. Like, I want you to know I'm in your town. I couldn't wait to give him I thought my ID was in the car when he found it in my pocket. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. Here's my license. Let's do it. I wanted him to have my ID. Like, let me be very clear about that. You can Google me. It's true. So I don't know, like, why they ask for ID. Like, I guess it's just like what they're trained to do is, like, that's the first thing they're trained to do is ask you for ID. You don't have to do it if you're not under arrest. So, like, but I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't see the harm in them. I'm like, okay, well, I want you to know who I am. I guess that's the difference. But you don't have to do that if you're not doing anything wrong. Like, you can help them out if they want. Like, if you're helping them. Like, nothing for the average person, I would not recommend doing that. But I think it is protocol for them to just ask for it. But you don't have to. So I'm gonna be very clear. But I'm not here to bust balls. So.
Do you want mine too?
You know the answer to that. I'll be here a lot more. Okay. And now this is weird how he's like so I don't understand what he's doing. Did he take a picture of the ID? Because what is he typing? Or is he just typing my information in? And turtle riders are coming by. They're giving me thumbs up. Now, this is weird. Now he's like trying to engage me in conversation. Now, I know this is not friendly conversation about like how long, he's right. He's entering the driver's license number. Right. Exactly. He's looking for seeing, are you suspended, whatever, insurance. Like, if they're going to try to get me on something, right? Like, but I made sure, like, my license up to date, my insurance is good. We're good. I got nothing to hide. That's it. So let's play like I'm a law-abiding citizen, nothing to hide. Let's go. But it's like he's like, so these are stalling questions he's asking me now about, like, are you like, what's he like, how long you been doing this? Like, what do you care? Like, what do you care? Like, does that make a difference how long I've been doing this? Now I could just be like Josh Abrams, be like, I don't answer questions, but like, there's no need to be a cunt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a person. Ultimately, he's a person. I don't need to be a cunt. Like, I know what he's doing, but I don't see the, like, I guess he'll answer your questions. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. Are you the sergeant? All right. Okay. We need 100 more likes, baby.
Just having an issue with the shop owner. He asked me to leave.
Yeah, I left. Yeah, didn't walk out. No problem. Like, he asked me to leave. It's his business. He has every right to, so I left. Our interaction lasted about 10 seconds, and then he started kind of threatening me. I don't know the exact words. I'm not making a big deal out of it. Yeah. So clearly he was like the aggressor, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We appreciate the leave left.
Yeah.
Obviously, going to ask you to stay out of the business.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah. He doesn't want to make me chicken parm. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, I mean,
it's mediocre anyway.
There's
Okay.
plenty of places around to get lunch.
Yeah. So, is Lieutenant Rank on right now, by any chance?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Were you guys working the night of January, the morning of January 29th, 2020? Okay. All right. Well, appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It's just like, yeah, obviously, like, I don't want to go back in that stupid pizza shop anyway. I wasn't even there to go to the pizza shop. I was there to go to the goddamn CF McCarthy's. That's the place I wanted to go. Now get this. Okay. Can I turn up the volume? Yeah, it was really the audio wasn't that good there. It was better on my phone for that interaction, but that's fine. I do need a GoPro, I know. But so we leave after this, and I think that's kind of like the end of it. Now I find out later that guess who walked into CF McCarthy's and then D&E Pizza 5 minutes after we left? Ken Berkowitz. The people, like, I got people in Canton messaging me left and right now. Like, you understand that, like, the second I went to Elizabeth Proctor's house, and especially when I went to Jen McCabe's house, there were texts, group texts, messages everywhere. Like, because I didn't announce it. Like, Turtleboy's in town. Like, you know, like, they're fucking, the British are coming. And they all start fucking, Jen McCabe's door was closed when we left. Like, they are going to hold, like, they knew I was coming. Like, Chris Albert was so fucking prepared for us. Like, he was sitting there in case we came by. And he put the goddamn blinds down. Oh, up to 915 likes, so only 85 away, baby. So yeah, that's how that went down. And Ken Berkowitz apparently came in afterwards. So maybe I need to go see Kenny. Maybe we need to go see Kenny. I don't know. Okay. So that was a fun trip. Obviously, I will be back. And by the way, he's just like Tibbetts. Like this guy gets his Chris Albert's like a new Billy Tibbetts. You guys remember Billy Big Time? The crazy ex-hockey player got hit in the head too many times and beat up Josh Abrams in prison.
You are a loser. Other people are fucking losers.
Let me one more time.
Where can I find you are a loser. Other people are fucking losers.
Fucking losers. Billy Big Time. Billy Big Time. He was so mad. He was so... What are you wearing? Cargo shorts? What year is this? Where'd you get those? Maurice the Pants Man? Oh, cargo shorts. I haven't seen those in forever. Okay. How many goddamn remote, like, what is going on here? I think that's Brian Albert in the background. I think. Don't hold me to that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't believe this guy definitely knew. This guy definitely knew. John Delaney definitely knew. This come on, dude. Don't play dumb. I know you can't admit that you know what Turtleboy is. I get it. Okay, but you know, stop it. You know. All right. Oh, 928 likes. We are only 72 away from 1,000. Can we get there, folks? Can we get there? We'll see. In the meantime, let me read a turtle chat here. Jay sends $10, says, keep up the great work. Justice for John and Karen. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Then Maureen sends $25, says, Chris Albert's mailbox said McCabe. Maybe he couldn't even rent because of his shitty financials. Put another name. So we rang that doorbell. So there was like 10 units on 22 Maple. We rang the McCabe doorbell. The person came out. It was not. It was the wrong one. So we didn't know which one was his. But whatever it is, it's not him on, like, he's not using his real name on there. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right. 65 likes away. Okay. Let's get up to 1,000 if we can. Okay. Any more donos? Any more cash apps? Okay. So why don't we do a little Ask Turtleboy? I'm going to read. If you guys have any questions, fire away. I'm going to give preference to the Rumble commenters. So I'm going to read if you guys have any questions, fire away. I see J-Man over there. You are a fraud, just like Josh, yet worse, my dude. You might want to fix that caps lock. Okay. Okay. He seems mad and well adjusted. Okay. There's no beef with these cops. Nothing to do with anything. Let's not start auditing. You're not. Yeah, no, Josh. Exactly. Like, I'm not Josh. Exactly. Like, hey, Unc finally got set up. Heather J says, welcome. Okay. So if I don't see any questions on the Rumble, I will go over to the YouTube. Yeah, somebody said, who were the three that were there? Yeah, Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, and Nicole Albert. That's who's there. Now, Brian Albert Jr. is probably there as well. And Caitlin Albert, I'm guessing, is probably there. Oh, yeah, 𝗵𝗂𝗃. So 𝗵𝗃, update on the 𝗵𝗃 thing. So 𝗵𝗃 𝗃𝗃𝗧𝘂 had is now trying to suppress what they have on her is 𝗵𝗃 𝗃𝗃𝗧𝘂 admitted to the Milford police that she illegally recorded the phone call with 𝗃𝗏𝗃 that she's being charged for with felony wiretapping. She now wants to suppress those statements. So the trial, she just keeps pushing back the inevitable. So now that the trial date has been pushed back to September. So that is the update on 𝗵𝗃. How many likes are we up to? 949. We're 51 away. We have 1,761 people in here. I know, and we got 950 likes. Can we get 50 more likes, guys? If you're watching on a phone, I know it's a pain in the ass. You just have to X out of the live chat. Just hit the thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let's get, and Auntie Suzanne says you're going to hook it up $500 if we do that. So, okay. Let me read some more questions. I'm going to go back to the live chat on Rumble, give them priority questions. Why you block everyone? I don't think I do. Did you buy your new or used Lexus? That's a good question. So I've never bought a new car before because I'm of the belief that, like, you know, the car depreciates the most the second you drive it off the lot, and the best value car you can get is a car with like 20 to 30,000 miles on it. It's basically brand new. But I test drove a 2020 Lexus, and it was cheaper, obviously, than the other. It only had like 25,000 miles on it. I'm like, okay, this is perfect for me. But then I looked at a 2023 and I just sat in it for a minute, and I'm like, oh, I want it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll have this car for 10 years. I will ride it into the ground, and I want to enjoy it. Like, and I've had it for 3 days, and it's the best fucking decision I ever made. Buying brand new, everything about it, man. The new car smell. You get in there, and the 2020 and the 21 and the 22, they all have like the camera on top of the dashboard. This one, the whole fucking dashboard is a camera. Like, I don't know where they put all the other gadgets, but you don't need it. Like the shift to pull it down, like, that's gone. It's just a button. It's everything takes up less space now. And they told me that every 6 or 7 years is when they redesign the front of the car. And they're like, this is the redesign years. Like, this won't, the car doesn't change that much year to year, except every 6 or 7 years. Then it changes immensely. Like, if you're going to get a new one, this is the year to do it. So I'm like, oh, should I do it? And I'm like, you know what? It's just like, this is what you work for. Like, this is why I work hard for. Like if you can't, because you got to understand, I grew up, I wouldn't say poor. We definitely, but not like, I was the oldest of 7. My mom was a stay-at-home mom because there's 7 fucking kids, and you can't, like, good luck being 2 working parents doing that. So my dad worked. He was a fucking college professor. I can't imagine he made that much money. And we didn't like, I'd never been on a plane before. I think the first time I was on a plane, like, was when my 20s. Like, we didn't go on. My dad got hit by a car when he was on a bike when I was like 20 years old, and he got a cash settlement from that. And so we went to California. That was like the first fucking real vacation we ever took. Other that, our vacations were getting the Oldsmobile station wagon, the one where the 3 in the back look backwards, and everybody wanted that because it looks like you're going backwards. And get in there. We'll be stopping to pee. Don't even think about asking for McDonald's because we're not paying for that. We are going to pack peanut butter sandwiches and drink juice boxes and shit and listen to рафи and want to make you want to blow your head off. And, you know, we didn't have phones, like, none of that shit. We didn't have anything. So, like, my point here is, like, I grew up very frugal. That's the way I was raised. And so your instinct is to be frugal too. Like, it's just something about your mentality when you grow up that way that, like, you don't spend money like that, right? Like, you don't buy new cars. It's not what you do. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't have to be my mother. Like, I don't have to be this way. You know, like, I'm a 42-1-year-old man. I can buy whatever the fuck I want to buy. If it brings me happiness, then I can do it. So we're only 10 away from getting there. Only 10 away. If we can do that. Okay. We're only 10 away from getting to 1,000 likes. Can we do it? We're almost there. Suzanne says you're going to give $500 if that happens. And that's why I can get a new car, because the donors like that. So again, it's like, this is America. This is what you work hard for, right? Is to like, if you're not going to get something nice once in a while, then what the fuck is the point of working hard? You know, it's like, it is what it is. Really, Suzanne? Oh, come on. Come on. So we need 10 more. We need 10 more. Okay. Okay. So we can get, come on, give us 2 more minutes, Suzanne. So if we can get to, we got to 999. Can we get to 1,000? I'm trying my best here. I'm trying my best. Has it been confirmed that Albert is on leave? He's definitely not working. I know that much. He's definitely not working. I know that much. Okay. All right. Count the Rumble. Yeah, if you count the Rumble likes, we definitely got there. All right. Okay. So, I mean, J-Man, he's gay. Why does the YouTube to Rumble switch happen for last 30 minutes Saturday? Because I'm trying to get more people on Rumble. But again, I'm noticing, can I block, J-Man, I'm blocking you. I'm going to mute you forever. So again, I'm not a censorship guy, but like, I'm also not a spam guy. Like if your comments are spamming, that's not free. Spam is not free speech. It's spam. So if you come on here and you're just all caps like Turtleboy, why are you bugging me? It's like, you're not adding anything. See you later. And I hope you think I'm hypocritical, because I don't give a fuck about your opinion. It means nothing to me. So there we go. Did we get to 1,000? We got to 1,000, baby. There we go. There we go. I'm all set with Rumble. Sasha says, well, eventually you're not going to have shows on here. So you're going to have to get all set with Rumble, because eventually we're not going to be on here. Like that's, so if you want to watch it, you're gonna have to go on Rumble. So, okay. Any other questions that you guys have? Hit the like or you'll be visited by Bert at 2 a.m. and he'll continuously cough on you. Poor Bert. Bert's having a tough time these days. Bert's not getting any attention, and he obviously misses being on the show. I feel bad for him a little bit, but he's just so unlikable. It's like watching a child just have it. I wanted to fight you outside of court. Oh, things are going great. Oh, I got my dabs and my wife gives me an extra kiss. Okay, things are going great. Sure they are. Yeah, Rumble's free. Everything's free. Howie got triggered yesterday when a texter asked him why he hasn't had DeSantis on his show, and pointed out he's only had Trump on, and that Caroline Levitt does fill-in work. What do you mean you got triggered? What did he do? Well, she's not off the case. She's going to be on the case. So she's out of the rotation July 1st, but she's still going to be on the case, which tells you everything you need to know about her. Like, she's that invested in this. Like, you should not be this personally invested in the case. Auntie Bev, when I walked into court today, she was on the bench. She was visibly rattled by the way, like when I walked in with my Canton court attire, which is like, you know, you saw what I was wearing. Yeah. Are the feds done investigating? We don't know what the feds do, you know? We don't know what the feds do. We don't know where the dog is. It's important what the dog did, not where the dog is, you know? All the controversial YouTubers are on Rumble, or they're uncensored content. Exactly. Well, it's like, it's not going to get taken down. Okay, why should we keep rewarding YouTube? Okay. Any update on the Southie case? No, I'll have more soon. I did not go inside 34 Fairview. I didn't want to ask. I feel like she gave me enough already. I didn't want to be too pushy. Yeah, I feel like I did a lot of hard work. I feel like I did a lot of hard work today, you know? Yeah, what's the consolation prize for close? You can't really be serious, right? We didn't hit it. We got there 2 minutes afterwards. So we talked about that. I did my best to push it. I can't dedicate the entire show to getting people to like it. I can't do that, obviously. We have to do a show here. So it's certainly hope that it wasn't a big, like, thing there. Okay. Did you see the YouTube video of the girl that got hit like half the facts in this case wrong and still look bad? No, I didn't see that whole video. I watched a couple things that were untrue, but I couldn't watch the whole thing after she got so many things wrong. I'm like, I can't listen to this idiot talk anymore. I'm like, who listens? That woman, like, there's some stream, a woman with like purple hair or some shit. She's talking about this, and it's just her talking for 35 minutes. No visuals. It's just boring. Like, who watches who wants to listen to you just fucking talk? No pictures, nothing. And like, people have an attention span for that. It's wild. Did Reddington dump McCabe? Not that I'm aware of. Static really bad right now. Okay. I know Suzanne's just kidding. I know Suzanne would not tell us $500 if we get 1,000 likes and then be like, well, I'm not actually donating because we didn't get there. I know she wouldn't do that after we, pushed it. I know Suzanne would not do that. So, why didn't you visit Lucky? I'm sorry. I couldn't get to everyone. I'll be back though. I will be back. Yes, I will be writing about the triple homicide. Totally. What's up with Barry Lawton and Lindsay Grove? They're a bunch of pedos. You sent me, I'm going to try to write about the actual transcript of that because it's so fucking upsetting when you see what actually the texts were between those two. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. I didn't get a lot of likes. I didn't get enough likes by 11:15, but I tried my best. I know. I'm sorry. What about I know, but what about daylight savings? I would hope she's not serious. Like, that would be not cool. Like, if that happened. I have not picked a date for the rolling rally yet, but we will be. Auntie Bev lives in Norwell. It's a little farther, so there we go. When I wanted to get to Norwood today, I just didn't have time. But I got a lot of places to be. Who's Emily D. Baker? Why do people keep writing that? Let me check the turtle chat. We miss anyone? Michelle donated $25. Says, you know how I feel about your continued coverage on this. I support your effort 100%. However, the business owner realtor in me needs to tell you that by Massachusetts law, the only thing a realtor needs to disclose is lead paint and whether or not a home has Title V. So technically, the realtor did nothing wrong by not disclosing that a dead body was found in the yard. Granted, ethically, I personally would have told them that, but you should make it clear that legally the realtor does not have to disclose that. Sorry, it's all in the details. We get enough shit as a reporter. I know you get. Oh, thank you for making that clear. So yeah, I mean, I like how you said at the end there, though, ethically, like more, like, like I get, okay, so that's not the rule. That's fine. But like, maybe mention it, maybe mention it. Emily D. Baker Law Tube. I don't even know. According to my phone, It's fine. It's like if she doesn't want to donate, if my labor was not worth it because I didn't dance fucking fast enough and push you guys to hit the like button, then I don't want the money at all. I'm gonna literally send it back. I don't fucking want it. I'm not a monkey here to fucking dance and get people to hit the like button enough times, and then you don't get. I literally want nothing to do with it. But okay. But I know she wouldn't do that. I know she would not do that. Let's see. So let me go back. Oh, so she did donate. Okay. So thank you, Suzanne. She's like, she donated 250. She says, we tried, but you get half. Now, folks, get off your asses. Well, thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Because I told you she wouldn't do that. I'm like, no, nobody would do that. They're not going to do that. Okay. Let's see. They're asking if the video I made a comment about had the facts wrong. Oh, okay. It was not. No clue. Yeah, I forget that woman's name. I know exactly who you're talking about. All right. All right. So I guess we'll call it a night. Did you ever find the pictures of Nagel? Yeah, we did. We do have pictures of Nagel, both Ryan and Julie. I got pictures of both of them. When are you going to tell us who put the bodies outside? Hopefully soon. Oh, yeah. We got that 403. I got a donation for $4.03 from on the Cash App. From Daniel, says Matt McCabe moans when he wipes his ass. Yikes. And Frank K sent $10, says the tortoise beats the hare. Well, thank you. Okay. Justice for Karen and JJ. Bingo. Free Karen Reed. Totally agree. Let's focus on what we're doing here. So thank you guys. Anyway, we'll call it a night, guys. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate it. And thank you, Suzanne, at the end there. I really appreciate that. Very generous of you. And also Barry sends $25, just says thank you. I appreciate that, Barry. So really appreciate it, guys. All your support for my endeavors here. And we will keep going. We will keep going. And we are just getting, like, you guys haven't even seen the really crazy shit. Like, let's put it fucking that way. Like, I'm not going to say any more. There's more coming. There's a lot more coming. We haven't even begun to see the really crazy shit. Like, you haven't even seen it. Like, the shit that's really going to make your mind blow up, haven't seen it yet. I might have. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, guys, we'll have a good night. We'll see you guys for the next episode of Turtleboy Live on Saturday night, and Thursday night we'll be here for Turtle Club. Peace, Turtle Riders.